Riway New Distributor Orientation by Dr. Lim Bun Hong, read by Team Red Footprint. Okay, number 4. The 4 criteria. This industry doesn't even need criteria. Like I have said, anyone can join. A housewife can join, a child can join, even a senior can join. You can join even if you're a chairman or if you're a hawker. No need for any criteria. But if you want to become successful in this industry, then you will need criteria. Criteria are essential for success, am I right? And there is a need for a high standard of criteria. If you come here to become successful, then you will need to fulfill these criteria. I wrote these 4 criteria, and they're designed accordingly to a person and not just based on what I feel. A person basically has 4 essences. That is, our body, our thinking, our emotions, and our spirit. Your body is related to your appearance, constructive or destructive ones. Always think about those truth, goodness, and beautiful things. Or you can also think about those shady, very evil things. And this is according to our views. Now, there are some people, let's say, he has a good set of features and is able bodied. He looks like a complete person, but his thoughts are disabled. Why? Because when you ask him to do something, he says, I don't know how. Such thoughts are lame, am I right? Now, there are some people whose body is unable, don't have arms and legs, and maybe even mute or deaf. But their thoughts are very positive, very studious, very motivated. So you see, now we must treasure what we have. Don't always think that you're suffering, that you're very exhausting and unlucky. We possess much more now, right? And everyone is valuable. How valuable are we? Do you know? Of course, we have value. But a lot of people think that life doesn't have a value and many people doesn't want to live. Is there such a person? They will commit suicide because of some relationship problem. Are there such people? Weird, right? Because they don't know how to value themselves. They don't know and they think they've lost everything. These kind of people really don't know how to cherish what they have. We have our loved ones around us, right? And these people are all priceless. Now, we have arms and legs. It's already priceless. There are people without arms and legs. And that's why I always say, you don't need a reason to be happy. Today, I have my left arm and I'm already very glad. A lot of people don't have. Imagine you need to take a bus, but you don't have legs. It's struggling to take a bus, right? How pitiful. I got both legs and my heart is beating. We must learn to cherish. Today, I will use my 5 million to buy your legs. Imagine 5 million. You've got 5 million? 5 million you also don't want. See how rich you are. I will use another 6 million to buy your left eye, okay? Look at how rich you are. But you don't even want. That's why we must cherish life. Cherish what we possess currently. Don't say, my nose is slightly slanted. It's very ugly. Here it is protruding and it doesn't look nice. Every day you complain and whine and even complain about parents. Isn't it lucky that they never gave birth to you as a mute? Right? We must cherish what we have right now. This is our body, our thinking. Let's go further in. Our emotions. Our emotions, which are our feelings. What feeling do we have? You feel good or bad? You feel happy or you feel sad? We must train our emotions. The further it is inside, the more important it is. Now, a lot of people cannot withstand blows, and it is related to their emotions. Their emotions, we need to train this part, just like you need to train your body. What do you need to do? You need to take the dumbbell. For example, you have done 50 times today. Will it hurt on the second day? Well, yes, very painful. You don't care and can find to do 50 times on the second day, and on the third day, fourth day, fifth day, 10th day, until the 20th day. Do another 50 times. Does it hurt? Not painful anymore. Why? Because you are growing. Therefore, you know what pain means. It means growing, right? It's improving, then it's growing. The body is growing and improving, so it will hurt. Now, 1 month later, you go do another 100 times. Will it hurt on the second day? It hurts. Why? Because it's growing, right? And it's the same for emotions. I say that is why we must be able to accept hard blows. Now, we must know how to work a battlefield. It goes the same on us. On the surface, we look fat and flabby, but some people are very hard on the inside, right? They can withstand blows. All sort of rejection comes and pops, but nothing happens. Pop, nothing happens. Pop, again, nothing happens, right? We must train till we are all like this. If you want to succeed, your emotions must be strengthened. Pop, pain. What does it mean? Growing, right? You are growing. You cannot hope that everything goes smoothly. Is there such thing? Don't have. Such thing doesn't exist. You cannot expect this kind of things to happen because there are no such things. If we want to succeed, you must learn from the cat. Now, there are two main kinds of cat. One is called the wild cat. How is a wild cat like? A wild cat is those that loiter outside, right? When wildcat wants to look for food, it must go to the rubbish dump to search for it. It must fight with other wildcats, covered with scars, then it can find food. The other kind of cat is called the Persian cat. You must hug it in your arms. You must put powder on it, and you must tie a ribbon to it. Maybe it eats more nutritious foods than ours and more expensive. Now put these two cats outside to search for food. Which one can find food? The wild cats can, right? Why? Because no matter where you put the wild cat, it can still find food. Once a Persian goes out and gets bitten by the wild cat, it dies, right? It dies instantly. Now, I've met so many people these few years, and some people really seem like Persian cats. When you ask him to do things, he would say, very difficult, very far, it's raining, I don't have umbrella. He talks about me, he scolds me. How can you talk about me like that? It hurts my self esteem. Do you know that? Ever heard of it before? Then he tells me he wants to become successful. He can't even take a little criticism and not to even mention setbacks, right? When you ask him to do things in a stricter tone, he'd say, how can you say that to me? Why are you always scolding me? I'm very hurt. Do you know that? He cannot withstand such setbacks. How can he succeed then? Correct? Therefore, in order to succeed, you must be like a wildcat. Just look at our leaders. They don't take off their shirt. If they take off their shirts, they are full of scars. And I don't mean it physically. I mean emotionally, really. Scars everywhere. They don't have such smooth sailing lives. They are a group of people who can withstand setbacks. Let's give Riway leaders a round of applause, really. Okay, we must practice. Practice to train our emotions. Further on the inside, which is more important, that's our spirit. And that is what you believe in. It's related to one's conscience. You know, humans are the only animals in the animal kingdom that has conscience. This means that we can differentiate what is right and what is wrong. We don't need someone to tell us, correct? We can have our own analysis and capabilities. If this person has no conscience, then he is not human. He is called a beast, am I right? Because a beast does not have any conscience. Therefore, We must have conscience. In terms of spirit, we know what kind of person we want to be, a good person. We must know what can be done and what cannot. We must have self discipline to control ourselves. And this is related to one's spirits. These four criteria are designed accordingly to these four combinations. In this industry, in Riway's context, firstly, appearance. We must have a very good image. Okay, so we need packaging, right? Just like that day, before I went to Medan, I flew to Surabaya to Medan, then to Singapore. When I reached Singapore, my eyeglasses broke and I don't have any extras. I say, I need eyeglasses. I quickly arranged for something. That was late at night. The next morning, I need to fly to Medan. I have NDO to discuss in Medan. At that time, I am very nervous. When I haven't even arrived in Medan, I've already asked everyone to look for an optical shop. After much searching, we found it. We went straight away and brought the frame instantly. In the end, I got my eyeglasses in an hour. Do you believe? For those who wear eyeglasses, how long does it take to get your eyeglasses? 3 to 5 days, right? Sometimes even a week. Even if you scold them, you need to at least 1 day. Am I right? I got it in an hour. Why? Because I have no degrees. I have no degrees and I don't need to wear eyeglasses. Do you believe? But these eyeglasses have never been taken down before. Why? Because I look more decent that way. More decent, right? This is image. I've worn it for years. I have 0 degrees on one side and the other side has 25 degrees. Do I still need to wear eyeglasses? No need to wear eyeglasses. Therefore, you see, this image is very professional. I need to comb my hair this way or else I can't even step out of my house. I have no choice. I cannot do it. I cannot go out with my messy hair to buy food downstairs, and usually you would see me like professional. At any moment, I'm this way. I go to coffee shop to have my meals looking like this. When I go out with my wife to buy things, I also look like this. In the past, there is a group of organization where they want to invite me to one of their organizational parties. It's at the beach. Before they even arrive, they were already guessing what Dr. Lim will be wearing, and they bet on it. In the end, I wore this. Then some people ask me if I wear this to sleep at home. I sometimes say I do. Why? Because this is the standard I have set for myself, right? I think if I wear like this, I can go anywhere. I can go to 5-star hotels and I can go anywhere. People look at me and they know I'm working, right? I don't find it as a sacrifice. I find it quite courteous. If I'm wearing this and people will think that you're very serious, you respect them, right? Of course, I did not demand everyone to do this. I only demanded myself together with my group of downlines to do this, 7 to 8 of us. Imagine we were walking back to our hotel together under the intense heat of the sun to the extent that my whole body is sweaty. But I still wear like this. That group of people are newcomers. When we enter the lift, they realize how hot it is. We couldn't stop sweating. Even the tie I had fades its color. All my downlines saw that and says, Dr. Lim, is this necessary? Inside the lift, I smiled and told them, if I could become a multimillionaire, you ask me to wear 10 pieces, I would also wear. What are the odds of sacrifices? Then the next day, all of them wore it. I feel that this is the demand I have set for myself. I feel that I'm respecting others in this way. Actually, I found out that now Riway has a lot of people who also have expectations of themselves. Now, even when some leaders meet me, they're like, sorry, boss, I didn't wear a tie. For what? I never demand that everyone wears like this. I think that this is the image we need when you meet up with customers. If you're with family, maybe you're not used to it, but I have such an expectation for myself. The other day, I'm with a leader. He has got an S class. I want to change the rim with him. Car's rim is very important, right? It looks nice to have big rims. I choose a very nice rim. Then the mechanic went out to change the rim. I stood there and looked at how he changed the rims. He looked at me while changing. Then he say, "Your boss asked you to wear like this?" I replied, "Yes. Nowadays, it's tough to work and it's difficult to find a job." Then he replied, "If the boss asks me to wear like this, I would ask him to forget it." You know what I'm thinking? No wonder you're changing the rim now. No, just kidding. But at the time, I really thought he will think this is a sacrifice, right? But I don't think so. It's a professional image because this shows how serious I am towards this industry, right? Of course, this is important. We must have an international business image. We do business. A lot of people say, "No need, boss. Look at Americans. They wear t shirt and jeans on the stage." But that's America. Where are we? We're in Asia, right? Asia still requires it, right? Look at how Obama is dressed. We just have to listen to the news and we would know. Those people who say, "Have a life, man, come on, relax." Those are IT people. We are doing direct selling, correct? It is different. Don't compare. We know what a business image is. When people look at us, they would know this person is very serious and very reliable. Once you wear this, there are still criteria. Wearing coat is not enough. So, you have got a tie on. But it's not enough. You have 5 to 6 earrings there. Purple hair? You would look even weird if you do so. People may think it's the underworld, right? It's one whole look. I even wore eyeglasses. So what do you expect? It's a whole image. They would think that you're serious, follow you so that they would succeed. This is on the external appearance. Further inside, when we have fixed the outside by looking smart, you look like you're very professional. In the end, once you open your mouth, a frog comes out of it, a grasshopper comes out, poisonous snakes too. So we must calibrate. We must calibrate our thoughts and must have enough knowledge. When a person has knowledge, he would have confidence, and the thing he says has certain standard and more impact. The way he talks like an educated person, uneducated people will speak with all kinds of vulgarities. Am I right? We don't want to be like this. We want to have a closer relationship with that person. Sometimes we use a little, right? If we say some, it's okay, but don't let it become a habit. Therefore, we must have enough knowledge. We must be studious and must learn every aspect. Don't allow yourself to say, I don't know how." Don't allow yourself to say such a low standard of words. You must tell yourself that you need to learn. A person who wants to learn can find a teacher everywhere, right? You don't go saying, "He didn't teach me." Now let me talk about direct selling. I did not have a proper teacher to teach me about direct selling. All my knowledge comes from books and from my own personal experience. All my knowledge is stolen from others, literally from eavesdropping. Till then, when I'm with my leaders, I'm still learning because you can learn from everyone's experience. That's what it means. When a person wants to learn, he can find teachers everywhere, right? You don't tell me you have no chance to learn. Today at Seremban, your key leader is called Andy Saw, right? No one taught him to. He learned it from DVD. He saw how Claudia and I present OPP. He wrote down what we said word for word. Then he and his wife started their own OPP. They helped and supported each other. They clapped when each other presents. That's how it started. Why? Because he wants to learn and because he wants it. You don't come telling me no one is teaching you. My upline doesn't know how. He doesn't want to teach me. If we really want to learn, There are a lot of ways to do it. Third, winner's attitude. The attitude to exceed, the attitude of wanting to win is called a winner's attitude. Take a look around. You must tell yourself, after 2 or 3 years, I want to be the champion amongst all. I want to be number one. Can you? You must have the attitude of wanting to exceed. You must have the winning attitude. If you don't wish to win, will you win? You can't. You will lose for sure. If you don't wish to win, then you'll lose certainly. If others can, you can do too. You must think of exceeding. Have the desire to win attitude. Understand? Especially like a huge seminar like our Leaders Recognition Night. You see all these successful people. You must tell yourself you must be better than them one day. Set yourself a period of time to be successful. If you don't wish to win, you would not win. Some say, very difficult. Look at me. How can I achieve that? I don't know how. Sometimes I ask someone, be a Pegasus. He says, me? He laughs and he sneers. He doesn't believe he has the potential. He doesn't believe that one day he can become that. He mocks himself. You can imagine how scary it is, right? No such thing. Ask yourself how to do it. You must tell yourself. You must give yourself a timeline which is achievable. You must tell yourself that you want to, because this is the mentality. Number four, it's integrity. We must have an honest business integrity. Why? Because just now I've mentioned there are different kinds of money. We can earn money by selling drugs too, right? We can earn by selling weapons, right? The source of money is very important. The most important from the business we have done or in the business is that we don't have too many loose ends, correct? We must be honest and credible. You can earn a lot of money at one, but it's useless. That's active income. It's useless. What you want is passive income, right? What you want is a long term pipeline, a pipe which will have an endless supply of water flowing. One even asked his client to buy 2,000 set. Will that earn you money? Yes, you earn money only once. But after that, when the problem comes, you need to settle the loose ends. Not only do you have to settle it, but you must have to take out all the money. It feels hard to have money going in than going out, am I right? If you don't settle this problem, this person will always be your enemy, right? Now, when you go into direct selling, you meet a lot of people. After doing direct selling, everyone becomes your enemy. Why? That's why they want to be quick. They're not credible. They're not being honest. And everything that they think of how to become rich is the quick and sudden process. This person has very bad ethics, no basic foundation. Therefore, this kind of people, no matter where he goes to, would never make it. I tell you, there are plenty of such people around me. All of them want shortcuts. All of them are doing money game. No one wants to do the basic steps and progress step by step. No one wants to, especially at the earlier stage, because it's difficult. There are many people telling me, Dr. Lim, this is not the way to do direct selling. When he told me this, I just smiled. I don't care about him. We do it step by step, building the basics up till now. Now, who's correct? Now, we're correct, right? Because there are a lot of people unwilling to do this. They want to shoot up to the top instantly, especially those who have great presentation skills or got some basics. They want to influence a lot of people at once and earn a fortune. Then they will fall down and need to start all over again. So, not only does he need to start all over, but he also caused the market to be negative. Riway wants to change this. We must persist. Don't think of going fast. That day, a leader told me, I am very happy. He sold 100 sets. He got scolding from me on the spot. I rarely scold people in Riway. Whatever they say, I would say good. Those who will get a scolding from me are usually those main or more important ones. Then I will scold. I scolded him. He was shocked and then quickly returned the products. Look, no one does business this way, right? If people buy a lot from you, you would be very happy, correct? But Riway is not like that. The more you sell, the loser ends. We don't do that. If we say do it this way, we do it this way. Yes, you can sell, but why must you take so many at one go? Take it slow. The company has sufficient products. So we deliver our words. We need to know what is right and what is wrong. We want to do long term business. Otherwise, you end up going nowhere. I asked my friend to go to KL. I can't go to KL. Why not? A group of people is searching for me. There's also a group of people searching for me. Can't go anywhere. Even some bosses, when they go out, they also need 7 to 8 bodyguards. Why 7 to 8 bodyguards? Because he's scared that people would shoot him. Why? Because he has too many enemies. And we don't want many enemies. We want to treat others better, right? Then no one will disturb you. Everywhere I go alone. I go any place I like. I'm very upright, so I'm not afraid. Most importantly, you must have a clear conscience. You must have an upright spirit. These are the 4 criteria from the inside to the outside. The very important criteria.